You do not wake up in the morning planning to sabotage your bank account. No one rolls out of bed and thinks, I cannot wait to financially disappoint myself today. But somehow, by the end of the week, your money is gone, and you are staring at your balance like it personally betrayed you. And if you are anything like most people, you tell yourself the same comforting lie every time. I just need to be better with money. But the truth is, you do not need to be better with money. You need to understand why your brain behaves the way it does around money in the first place. Most people think their spending started in adulthood. It did not. It started the moment you were old enough to watch the adults around you react to money. You learned everything without realizing it. If your family stressed about money, your brain learned to fear it. If money caused arguments, your brain associated money with conflict. If your parents spent impulsively, your brain learned that spending relieves tension. You absorbed all of it quietly. And now here you are, an adult navigating a financial world with childhood lessons no one asked for. And this is important, so hear me clearly. You are not irresponsible. You are patterned. Your spending has roots that go deeper than your paycheck. The way you handle money today is a reflection of how your brain has been trained to cope, survive, avoid, soothe, and protect itself. And until you understand that, your relationship with money will always feel confusing and out of control. So let us walk through what actually happens inside you. Not the numbers, not the budgeting apps. You have downloaded 10 and never opened them anyway. I mean the emotional experience that plays out every time money becomes part of your day. It usually starts with a feeling: stress, boredom, loneliness, anxiety, shame, restlessness, exhaustion. Your brain hates discomfort. It will do anything to make the feeling go away, and money is the easiest tool it has access to. So before you even realize what is happening, you are clicking order now, or adding to cart, or tapping your card like you are performing magic tricks. You are not buying an object. You are buying relief. Your brain is trying to calm down, and for a few minutes, it works. Then the relief fades and the guilt shows up. You know the moment. The one where you go from, wow, this feels nice, to, why did I do that? Now you are juggling two emotions. The original one you were trying to avoid and the new one you created. But your brain does not reflect on that. It just waits for the next uncomfortable feeling so it can repeat the cycle. This is not chaos. It is conditioning. And let us talk about that conditioning because it shapes everything. Your brain loves quick rewards. It does not care about long-term consequences. It is wired to choose comfort now over stability later. That is why saving feels boring and spending feels exciting. That is why cooking feels exhausting and ordering food feels like a reward. That is why your brain tells you that you deserve something, even when your budget is crying softly in the background. You are not weak. You are human. You also spend money to shape your identity. Whether you realize it or not, everything you buy sends a message about who you think you are. You buy clothes because you want to feel put together. You buy decor because you want your home to reflect a version of yourself you like. You buy skincare or tech or accessories because they help you perform the identity you wish you had. And here is the exhausting part. Identity is never finished. There is always something else that might make you feel like a better version of yourself. So the cycle keeps going. And while all this is happening internally, your environment is making everything worse. You live in a world full of traps. Buy now buttons that skip your brain entirely. Subscriptions that renew while you sleep. Delivery apps that reward you for avoiding your kitchen. Influencers who convince you that comfort is self-care and luxury is healing. And everywhere you look, there are people spending money they do not have in order to look like they have money they do not have. Your brain is overwhelmed, and overwhelmed brains make impulsive financial decisions. But the most powerful force shaping your spending is comparison. You see someone your age posting vacations, outfits, renovations, lifestyle upgrades, and without meaning to, you feel behind. Not because you need those things, but because your brain is trying to avoid feeling less than. So you spend to keep up. Not with your own goals, but with someone else's highlight reel. And the irony is delicious. The people you are trying to match often feel just as insecure, pressured, and financially stretched as you do. Everyone is comparing themselves to everyone else. No one has any idea what they are doing, but everyone is spending like they do. Then there is the avoidance. This is where everything collapses. Your brain hates discomfort, remember? So when you suspect your money situation might upset you, what do? You avoid it. You avoid checking your account. You avoid tracking your spending. You avoid opening statements. You avoid looking at your credit score. You avoid acknowledging the subscription you swear you canceled but never did. Avoidance feels protective, but it is not protection. It is delayed panic. And delayed panic always costs more. So here you are, a person who is not bad with money but deeply human. A person who spends emotionally, shaped by childhood patterns, driven by instant gratification, surrounded by a convenience-obsessed world, influenced by social comparison, and held back by avoidance. Of course your money feels chaotic. How could it not? But here is the part that matters. Once you see the psychology, you can finally see the pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can change it. Not through shame, not through discipline that lasts 48 hours, but through awareness. You start noticing your triggers. You catch yourself when you are trying to spend away a feeling. You pause long enough to ask what emotion you are avoiding. You realize your environment nudges you into habits you did not choose. You see the moments where your spending is actually about identity, not need. You start understanding where your behavior came from instead of beating yourself up for it. Money becomes less scary when you understand your brain. Your financial life becomes less confusing when you understand your patterns. You begin to reclaim control because you stop letting your mind operate on autopilot. Self-awareness is the thing that rewires your relationship with money, not perfection. You are not broken. You are not irresponsible. You are human, and your brain has simply been running the show without your permission. But once you become aware of what is happening inside you, everything begins to shift. You start making decisions you actually agree with. You stop sabotaging your future self. You stop mistaking emotional relief for financial freedom. You stop repeating patterns you did not choose, and you begin building a relationship with money that feels stable, intentional, and grounded in who you are, not who your impulses pretend to be. If this helped you understand yourself a little better, and if you want more honesty mixed with a little sarcasm, subscribe. Wild Finance is here to make sure you understand your mind as much as your money, because that is where everything changes.